Hello and welcome to another video of Archons Only, where we try to beat Genshin Impact using only Archon characters. So I know that I said before that I was not going to showcase a lot of farming videos in here, but I have to say that I've been doing a lot of farming in this domain. It's really easy to do. As you can see here, we can do a really great combination of all the ultimates that our Archons has, and we can do really big damage. So this is actually being really fast and really useful for me, and this is where I mainly start to do some farming, not only for Venti's artifact set, but also trying to get something that's useful for furina. And although I did it like several times, my times are getting better. You can see here within 36 seconds. I think I did some 34s and maybe less before, but I don't remember. Sorry. So this is mainly where I'm farming a lot of things, and I'm using most of my resin here. And as you can see here, we're not getting the best artifacts ever, but we are able to get some HP, for example, for furina, and some flowers, some feathers. So try to put a set. And what I'm trying to do here is to build different sets. For example, for venti, I was thinking of trying to get one that's more like a main DPS, having like anemo damage or attack percent and critical rate, critical damage on the three last items. But also I'm trying to build one that's 3 EM for them, like elemental mastery in the goblet, in the hat, and in the I don't know what the other one is. Circlet? No, that's a head. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I want to do EM, or I want to do attack, anemo damage bonus, and also a crit rate or crit damage, depending on what I need. So for that, I'm using different models. I think I'm using Goro for one of them, and the other one I think is Thoma. So I'm trying to build those kind of things in the meantime, and using my kit as the current kit that I have, because it's what I have leveled up. But at the same time, as long as I'm getting these different types, my idea is to try to build them. And you can see here, I was able to get a decent kit for furina, so that's something that it's been really easy to do, because she only needs HP and the rest of the substats doesn't matter that much. Although she's getting really good ones. For example, she had a lot of like critical rate, critical damage ones, and that's something that we need to actually figure it out. But I feel that on this quest, I'm trying to get some of the different artifacts, and if I don't get any good artifacts, or if I have leftovers, you can see here that I'm doing the strong box and trying to pull for at least the venti one. That's the one I care the most. And again, I'm getting a lot of like electro, pyro, cryo, things that I don't have, but at least I hope in a time. See, critical rate, that's a good one. And this idea, try to get as many as I can to try to build him. I think the one's going to take me more time to build right now is going to be venti, because he needs like specific substats that are not as easy to get. But here, this is Kave. So I'm using Kave and Goro. So Kave is trying to get my elemental mastery build, and you can see I was able to get elemental mastery sands, but I still need to get like a goblet and a hat. So that's what I'm trying to work right now, and trying to see how much I can get. And this is where I'm going to build my different artifacts. And you can see here venti has its own random kit that I was able to get. I think it's 2 of the gladiator and 2 of the wanderers troop or something like that. And that's the original one that I was able to get through the different challenges. But now we can try to farm the best set that we can get. And the other set is on Goro, and he's having the more DPS-y kind of build. And I think I will, maybe you can recommend me things, but I think I will use the main DPS one on venti, unless we need to swirl like interesting things. But as long as I have a main DPS kind of build, I think that's going to be the one. At the same time, I'm trying to build up the other characters, because we have a lot of 4-stars that we can use to feed up our different artifacts. And you can see here, I was able to reach, I think, 20 on Raiden Shogun. So she's mostly built a critical damage one, a lot of energy recharge in Raiden Shogun as expected, and this is something that I'm really happy of, that we're starting building them a little bit more. I think I have the 3 HPs on furinas, and I think I'm trying to get them to level 20. But this is like a continuous thing that we're trying to get more and more different artifacts and try to get the right, at least main stats. I don't care right now for the substats, although, for example, for feathers and flowers, it's kind of easy to get like some of the substats that we need. But for the other ones, the main stat is the most important. I don't care what you get next. So here's where you can see my cafe being built. Decreasing the elemental resistance of our other characters, for example, Raiden Shogun. Maybe Nahida, although I think that doesn't count, and that's why you need to use her kit. But maybe for Furina, if you want to if you want to use her as a main DPS or like a sub DPS, that could be also interesting. So here we have although like we have 5 of them on set. So if we have a bad stat in some of them, we can actually change them. We have the Suns as attack percent, and that's kind of the stat that we want. Then let's see if I can level them up. Maybe you can do them later when I get more artifacts. But yeah, at least we have venti and Viridescent. So I was thinking of using venti in the Viridescent, but I realized that I need to level them up in order to make a lot of damage. So I think I'm going to sacrifice the ones that I had before and use them to actually build our different sets. For example, the critical damage in here, it's already on 19 or almost 20 using the all set that was able to build. For example, again, a goblet attack percent, we can use it for the dendro percent, dendro damage, and see if that could help us to reach a better score. Oh, we got like 9% critical rate. That's pretty good. And here again, like we have an attack percent that can be used to increase our attack percent in set sands and see if we can actually get them to the higher status that we can get and at least build them around the right set. We can do the same thing with the feathers, with the flower, and in this case we're actually, I think we're ready to stop farming this domain. I don't think we can stop farming and still need the elemental mastery ones, but I think that for Venti at least we have a one set that we can use in Viridescent Banner. I think it's the same for Furina, that we have her in her best or the 3 HP percent sets in the maiden ones, and also Raiden Shogun's also in the Emblems Fate set. They are not all of them at level 20. that's something I would really like to do soon. But at least they're in the right set, and at least it's something that we can continue work on as long as we get more artifacts and we start to get better odds with the different artifacts and subsets and different things. But I think I'm happy with what we got, and this is at least a beginning on our own characters. And I think it's a great one that tried to get them at level 20 so they can actually be useful in different domains, even the Vs, or when they have to use them together or separate. And something I said before is like I want to try to use different sets. For example, I think I'm already done with the Birdescent. Probably I'm going to farm a little bit more to get some elemental mastery. But here I'm trying to see if I can defeat Furina's set, because it's something that potentially I would like to interchange at some point and stop using the Maiden set and try to use her own to make more damage and try to be more efficient with how we play her. But I don't think if I get a good set, I don't think I'm going to stop or using the Maiden set. I think I would like to have it just in case I need her as a healer in the different events, or even in the Spiral Abyss. So I would not do the same thing I did with Venti, where I use the artifacts that he has, but I would like to keep it as a separate one, and that might take some time, especially if we want to build also that set, maybe the other set that we get from here that increase attack percent, and maybe can be used by Venti if we pair her with Furina. I don't know. We'll need to start thinking about these ideas, especially if we get, or when we get Nahida, we can actually need to farm another set. That is the Dendro one, and the other one that is for Elemental Mastery. And if we do that, I actually need to farm not only for Nahida, but also if I want to use the other one and make her useful, I actually need to farm the Elemental Mastery for Raiden Shogun and use her as a skill sub DPS, reaction DPS, and not as a burst DPS that she's using now with the emblem set. So it's going to be a lot of like match and play, and try to have different versions of the options for different characters that we have, and maybe try to build them in wacky ways to try to use them as much as we can, because they don't feel only one role, especially because we don't have a conventional main DPS within the Archons. They're more like a support or like a sub DPS, but that would be kind of fun to play and try to see different combinations, see what works the best for us, and see how we can progress. And oh my god, this domain took forever. It's like 2 minutes. Imagine comparing this one that takes 2 minutes with the other one that takes 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And we're not able to get many things. What do we get in here? Oh, critical rate, that's a good one. But it's not on set. Maybe for Venti. And again, not in set. So yeah, that's something that we can start doing right now, and try to use other sets to build them. Of course, it could be built in other characters and see what do we get, but that's something that we can do. Here you can see my Kave with the Elemental Mastery ones. I'm trying to build, I think I have 1 or 2 Elemental Mastery things. So I have the Goblet, I have the Timepiece, and I'm using a third object. In this case is a Maiden set that is Elemental Mastery, with a lot of crit rate, crit damage, and things like that. So I think this is also complete. So it means that we are actually, we don't need to build or farm this domain anymore. And I don't think it's worth right now to try to get better subsets, because we can spend our all resting trying to do this, where we can actually try to get different or new other artifact sets to play with our different characters. So the other thing that you can see from, if you actually stop on these ones, is that most of the things are level 20, at least the most important ones. For example, the circlets, all of the Venti, Raiden, and Furinas has their circlets at level 20. The Goblet is 20 and 20 for Raiden. Again, they're trying to do their sets. And Venti is at level 18. The Timepiece, Furina and Venti are level 20, and Raiden is at level 16, and so on. So the most less level are the flowers and the feathers, because they don't give the crazy main stats. But for example, Venti's flower is level 20, whereas Radiant and Furina are 16s. And the feathers, Venti is the highest one with 18, and the other Furina and Radiant are 16. So there is still a lot of things we can do. We can try to upgrade them, but at least we have them, all of them, in the right set. So I think I'm happy with what we're getting here. I'm not going to show any other farming in the future, but at least from now we can say, okay, they're almost ready to be built, and we only need to level them up a little bit more, and that's it. And what the best way to test our recently builds or our increased characters that with the Spiral Abyss? And especially because I realized that our floors 7 and 8 don't have all the stars. So that's mainly what I'm doing here. I'm trying to see if we can get 3 stars or at least 9 stars in both 7 and 8 floors. And again, I think now that we have, for example, Radiant Shogun to add more DPS potential, because I think the last time I did them was only with Furina and Venti. Now we have Radiant Shogun to speed the things up and try to get more damage on the different floors, and try to see if we can actually finally finish these 3-star, all these first 8 floors of the Spiral Abyss, and then we can only focus on trying to get deeper and deeper as long as we get more characters. I think that I'm not going to be able to do, for example, floor 9, 10, that's the one, because we did 9 last time, but we were not able to do 10. So I think for that I will need to wait until we get, for example, Furina or any other Archon to try to get deeper and deeper into the Abyss. But this one's doing fantastic. For example, we just finished this one in really slow time. We have to do I think 7 minutes to actually get the 3 stars, and let's see how much we have left. So we have like 2 minutes left, and like I think that's going to be perfect for us. We have a cryo one and a pyro one. I hope they don't get the shields, but we're doing a lot of damage. I think what level they are. They're 65 and we're like 80, so it's kind of like a power abuse. But it's something we need to do, and I think it's the best place or best time to actually showcase that we got an improvement. Not only with our level, but also with our characters, and especially that we have now a newish Archon that we didn't have when we did this before. Is actually helping us to speed up the process, and I'm really happy with that. It really feels like, oh my god, 8,000, 11,000. Wow, they're doing a lot of damage. I know it's because they're like under-leveled, but I was not expecting to see these numbers. I wonder if I should play on the first floor and see how much time do I need to do it. I know that there are some achievements that you need to do. For example, do not take any damage in one of them or something like that, and I might need to try to get those achievements now that we have some better build characters and we have more elements than before that we only had Venti. So it could be a fun thing to do, basically. So we were able to obtain 3 stars on the chamber number 1, and that's the one that we have only 1 star, so at least we know that we're stronger and we can do more damage and we can do it even faster. Chamber number 2, actually, we have 3 stars because we have these crazy swirls. The time I did it, I don't remember much. I think it was because of the swirls, and we were able to swirl a lot of elements, and that helped us to make a lot of damage. Now we have Radiant Shogun making a lot of damage. You can hear it was so fast. And now we have the second half where we have Furina, and we need to do it in, I don't know how many minutes. I think it's like 6.5 minutes, and we have at least 3 minutes to do it. So it's really going to be done. I hope so. We have these pyro ones that we can break the shield, so we have no problem with them. Then the other one is what's the other one? Oh, we killed it already. Okay, then this is going so fine. So I think we're going to get the 3 stars, and that's something great to hear. Although we already did it in the second half, so the problem is going to be the third one, and I hope we can get it, and I hope we can do it, so we don't have to repeat everything again or never again. If not, I can restart it, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. Like you can see, we're doing really great. They're under level. We have a lot of reactions right now, and I think this side is kind of like in favor because it's all pyro, and this one is Furina's Hydra. So this is moment of truth. I don't even need to heal, I think. So I might use Elemental Mastery. And let's see what we can get. I don't remember the enemies, probably going to be the same ones. Yes. And there are only 3, so that's great. So we can try to defeat them and see how well or how bad do they go. We have Raiden Shogun Ultimate. And they're all done. So now everything is furina. Let's see the time that we need. We need, again, I think it's 6.5 minutes. Maybe not. I don't know how much is that. 7.5 minutes. And we have at least 2 more minutes to defeat these 3 enemies. So it's doable. One is done. I think that's the most scary one is done. Then the other ones are, yeah, only one. We can do it. So we finally were able to get 3 stars in this floor. So we need to do the next one. But I don't think I'll have time right now for the video because it's been really long. So I think this is the best time to finish. We can see we got the 9 stars and we only need to do the 8th floor next. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment if you really like the video and share with a friend if you really like to help us grow. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.